will be cut. Scott Ellis, BBC Points West at the Bath and West Show.
Now I think everything's better with chips. What do you reckon? Thank you, Jimmy. Lovely stuff. Now, you know, the financial pressure on farmers is huge, and that means that farming is changing. And Dave Harvey has been speaking to loads of farmers over the last few days about the different things that they are doing to make money. And he is just on the other side of the big wheel over there with some interviewees who I think are even taller than he is.
You're right there, Amanda. I finally found someone I can look into their eyes. Isn't that great? This is James. He, of course, is a working heavy horse, and we are over at the Heavy Horses, which really are, I suppose, originally the classic workhorse of British agriculture until some blighter invented the tractor. Let's have a look around. This used to be, back in the, come on in, James, we'll wander up here. This used to be a brewery dray, and all the other horses here, of course, back in the day would be what looked after farmers and agriculture across the West Country. But now it's all very different, isn't it? And farmers are having to be adaptive and evolve and change what they do. And if you want to see just how innovative they are, well, I just nipped into the food hall to find out.
In a wild Somerset meadow, pigs snuffle and grunt through the long grass. Mangalitsa pigs they are, crossed with Oxford Sandy Blacks.
They live in our woods and pastures for about 2 years, which is about 1.5 years longer than a normal commercial pig.
Dan's pig farm is about as wild and green as it gets, and it works because of this.
That's the herby one, the herb de Provence, very herby.
So the herbs are from Provence, but your pigs are from
Somerset.
Salami, guanciale, charcuterie, all made by his hands on his farm and sold direct to the public.
You know, I very much like raising these pigs and making it myself, and I get a huge buzz from selling it to the general public.
ooh, cheese. Better have some of this.
I know, it's a weakness, but check out these flavours.
Got spring onion, smoked garlic and herb, pickled onion.
Are we okay with pickled onion in a cheese?
Interesting, maybe. Local, certainly.
We're about 3-4 miles away. I'm over in East Pennard.
And like so many other dairy farmers, making cheese was the only way to make any money.
Yeah, definitely. Selling milk nowadays doesn't pay, really. We did sell into supermarkets a couple of years ago, but they're so volatile. It's much better to sell to people that you know will come back time and time again.
It's the same story at this sausage stall, all the way from Milverton in West Somerset. Sell pigs to the mass market, you lose. Make your own bangers, you're in with a shout.
It's very difficult, but you kind of have to make the decision to diversify, and that's what we've done. We used to sell on the wholesale market, and that's up and down like a yo-yo, particularly on pork. So we thought, well, why not go direct to the public? We have a lovely little brand which we call the Wife and I, and that seems to work.
Wander around the show, everyone's at it. Smoothies, pies, gin from Glastonbury Tor. You name it, they found a niche for it. But if farmers are so good at making money in new ways, do they need government support at all?
Farmers are entrepreneurs, and when they add value to their businesses, it's great because they diversify the income and they grow the rural economy. But at the heart of every farm, we have to have food production, and we need them to be confident to do that, and that is what's lacking at the moment.
As ministers consider cuts, the farming world is watching.
And here's the dilemma, Amanda, really. If they're too good at all this diversification and making commercial income, maybe people in Westminster will start to say, they don't need any grants. Well, the NFU is fighting that big time because they don't want to become, like that lovely dray there, a museum piece.
Oh, food for thought, Dave. Thank you very much. Now, we